Well, there it is. Hi guys, Witty here. Welcome to another Warcraft 3 Reforged video. The gang is back. The band is back. Blizzard's brought them back together in this article. According to Wowhead, they say the band members of Elite Tauren Chieftain have received model revamps in Warcraft 3 Reforged. Their first song, Power of the Horde, is featured in the Warcraft 3 The Frozen Throne credits. Currently in Battle for Azeroth, you can find the band performing in the Grim Guzzler in Blackrock Depths, the Darkmoon Fair, and the World's End Tavern in Shatterer City. When not Tauren, you can find them on a balcony in Silvermoon City. So, without further ado, thanks to Wowhead, they've uploaded a video of the Elite Tauren Chieftain, Power of the Horde, actually with the music included as well. So we're going to play that, and I'm just going to sit back, let you guys enjoy it, and then I'm going to criticize, commentate, and all that kind of good stuff afterwards on the rest of the article. So let's make sure we're at highest of the high. Full screen that. Oh, first thing you do, remember to thumbs up the video. Boom.
Storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
To the Warsaw clan, to no man who will I kneel. Feel the power and the energy, born of black blood, honor and steel. I feel the fire burning in my veins, the lightning strikes at my command. A storm in earth, axe and fire, will come to claim this land. Storm, black clouds fill the sky, earth. Hear my battle cry, fire, thunder will bring forth death from the power of the horde.
right, that was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really had a lot of fun watching that and listening to that. It definitely brings back those old memories. So, let's get into the critical part now. Not that there's really anything I'm going to be sort of, oh, they could have done this better. Oh, that could have been better. This just looks really good, to be quite frank. So we're just covering this. So here we go. Here is Bergrist, the undead guitar player. He is loving this. They're all loving it, to be quite frank. The models do look fantastic. And one thing I really enjoyed from this performance was just how much each character had and oozed in terms of personality. Like, one of the things that really helps that, I think, is these models appear to have a fairly pretty good ragdoll type effect. Like, the cloak that this guy wears, the garb, it was all bouncing up and down as he was sort of moving, sort of flowing. Obviously, there's very intricate movements as well, quite delicate. You think these are models. Obviously, in the original Warcraft 3, their hands are basically literally blocks. They're like just blocks. There's not much to it, but you can sort of see individual little movements here. The face is just fantastic, really cool. And this goes for all of them. They just had this vibe about them where even the troll, when he was sort of jamming on the guitar, it had like the kind of the hair on the side of the guitar, which I don't know whether that was tribal feathers or just sort of like troll hair plastered to it, but you could see the troll's hair himself and the guitar hair sort of bobbing and weaving back and forth. Look at this guy. You know what he reminded me of? He reminded me a little bit of a gnoll because he's got that sort of high hair, mohawk style. And it gives him a kind of like more tribal gnoll look. The worn drum kit just makes it look like the band's done a lot of gigs. So they're used to stepping out. It's the little details like that that really help rather than it just looking absolutely pristine. Blizzard's very good at that. And wow, those hammers, where can I find those in game? Those look pretty impressive. I wouldn't mind a Mountain King wielding those. So I had this cool idea whilst I was watching that. How could Blizzard basically create a Kodo that is big enough to house the Tauren Chieftain with this drum kit on top of it? So you have this guy playing on top of the Kodo instead of the regular Kodo rider beating on the drums. How awesome would that be? And then my head went a little bit further and I thought, well, if you've got this model, why not use them all and go Mad Max Fury Road with it and create a ginormous Kodo that has like multiple sections. So this guy would be on the back, like the upper part of the back, and you would have this guy, much like in Mad Max Fury Road, sort of elasticatedly taped to the front of the Kodo, maybe draping between two of his horns and bouncing back and forth between them whilst he's sort of playing the guitar and fire is just spewing out of the Kodo's sort of mouth. I don't know, like my mind started to go towards Mad Max Fury Road. Could you imagine that? And then you could have this guy and this guy on the side, and then obviously Thrall. Well, it's it's called Samuru, but that's got to be Thrall, right? There's no way that's Samuru. Anyway, you have them all sort of performing on top of this giant Kodo. And if you get the closer you get to the Kodo, the louder you can hear the music. So it's just a neat little idea. Maybe you might want to try and throw that one in if you got a bit of spare time. I know you guys are pretty busy at Blizzard. So let's take a look at mai'kyl. I think his name is pronounced. I'm sure it is. I'm sure I did it exactly right. So yeah, he's playing away. I'm not very instrumentally capable. So I think that's the bass that he's playing, not an actual sort of electric guitar that has to go to the undead. Then that makes me wonder what the actual blood elf is playing. Either way, that looks like bass or / guitar. And the armor set's really cool on this guy. He's very into it, much like the other characters. He's got like the double tusks on either side. And this was the hair I was talking about. It was just sort of flapping and flowing as he was beating along. It was fantastic. There's so much sort of detail within these models themselves. And they're just like an extra. They're just a bonus. I have to imagine they're going to basically make a comeback with the credits for Reforged. Look at this. What was the name of this guy? It was Signitius. All right. So He is, again, playing a guitar, and he's got his own flair with that Blood Elf styling. The armor is very sort of dispersed between some sort of alliance slash almost getting like a goblin slash gnome vibe with like fiery kind of potent. It's almost like it's been created in a workshop, these parts. Kind of odd, but nonetheless, I like the model, as I like them all, because there's very little to complain about, let's face it. They're looking really good and just cool. And last but not least, apparently, Summary, which has to be Thrall. So this is Thrall basically unmounted, I imagine. I'm not 100% sure though, so I can't confirm it, but it looks like the same sort of hairstyle, similar-ish face. Although the armor set is slightly different. It's not pure black and gold. It's a dark green with some sort of like darker gold. But either way, this guy was looking great. I was completely hypnotized by that stand that he is singing from, rocking back and forth. I don't know if that goes the same for you guys. I could just see this thing sort of rocking back and forth, and it was just drawing my attention despite everything else on display. I like the look of him though. I hope Thrall does look like that kind of when he's unmounted, because he looks really powerful. So that's a really cool look. Moving on, we have former guitarist Arthas Menethil. Also has an updated model, but obviously it is not yet complete. But this guy right here, he definitely played in the end credits as well. If you've played Warcraft 3 before, you will remember that. And it's pretty cool. He normally had like a whole sort of drum and bass kit kind of like behind him, like two very loud speakers that were kind of made out of ice. So really nice to see. Just a cool little feature for you guys to check out. Thanks to Wowhead for the article. Thanks to Wowhead for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to thumbs up and have a good day.